There you go.
with
There you
backpacks
go.
full of money on the train. If niggas would have known I had in my bag, I'd have been done.
The real bag.
The
Crazy.
That's
real bag,
crazy.
literally.
So,
Um, wait. Let me get. I just gotta ask you since we're on Jay, man. I did some research on you, and obviously, Dead Presidents. To me, the record that catapulted him to that, to the conversation of Nas and, what I'm saying, whoever the top dogs were at that time.
Yeah.
What's interesting about that record is I always thought to myself, yo, something is different about this record. It sounds big. It sounds rich. It sounds fuller than these other records, right? And I said, damn, what did Ski do to this record? And then when I'm doing research on you, I hear you say in the interview that you sampled that record in stereo, and then I said, "Oh shit, that shit makes a lot of sense to me, man." You know what I'm saying? Because you got the Lonnie Liston filtered under, and then you got the keys up, but it just sounded like a bigger record at that time. What made you, because a lot of kids y'all don't know, like if you take records and throw them on a turntable, when you pan them, you could hear an instrument sometimes in one ear and the bass in the other ear. A lot of kids don't know that. But talk, what gave you the idea to do that? Because that made that record sound big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Everybody was, all these samplers, they came with a mono input.
Right.
And when you sampled it, you only got one side, or you got both sides summed together on one channel. And I said, yo, what if I sample the right side first and then the left side after that, and then put it together and pan it? I'll have stereo. You know what I'm saying? And I said, and I get it. And I'm like, yo, this shit sounds way better than, just, mono. And I started doing all my shit like that because I wanted that wide. I just wanted my shit to sound like when you drop the needle and you hear all these fucking stereo things happening, you want that sound. And, you sampling and sampling, it just takes it away. And you got to remember, I was on the SP1200 for so many years, and it was just mono, and I wanted stereo. Right. So I sampled both sides separately and just put them together.
What was Jay's reaction when you played that record? Was that originally done for Jay?
Man, let me tell you something. When I first made that record, I think fucking Mace rapped on it first.
Really?
Wow,
yeah,
Murder Mace?
Murder Mace. He was in the crib, and I think he did a verse on it. And I don't think nothing ever happened. Yeah. Nothing happened with that. And then I played it for Jay. And but I got as a matter of fact, I got the inspiration to do the song from Nas's record, "The World Is Yours." That was like one of my favorite songs. And I was like, damn, I want to fucking find a fucking dope ass sample like that. So I was digging until I found the Lonnie Liston Smith. That kind of gave me the feeling of "The World Is Yours," emotionally. Yeah. And so I took Nas's voice and I threw it on top just to see, how Nas would sound over it. And I'm like, yeah, it sounds good. I like it. And I played it for Jay. And then I mistakenly played the hook part. I'm out for presidents to represent me. And I'm like, oh, don't worry about that. I'm going to take that out. And he was like, nah, leave that in there. That shit is dope. I'm like, you sure? I was like, yeah. So and that's how we kept Nas vocals in there. But I was inspired by "The World Is Yours," and that's kind of my take on that shit right there.
No doubt.
Your 4 records on that album are my 4 favorites: Dead Prez, Politics as Usual, 22 Twos, Feeling It. How come you guys, you were working on a whole album with Camp Lo, you were used to doing entire albums, you know what I'm saying? Was there ever any talk of you and Jay doing an entire album? Because it just seemed like if that was allowed, like you would have made like a masterpiece of masterpieces for him.
Oh man, I don't know. We never even had that discussion of me doing, an entire album. I was just, he was just coming through and we was just making songs and, and it just came out how it came out. Clark had already had songs he'd done with him that fit the whole scheme of things.
Right.
Peter came in, did some joints. Primo. Come on, back then you had to have a couple of Primo beats on your album. That was that's just given. You feel me? It just worked out. But my sound kind of set the mood for everything.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah.
How do we go from